recorded Death Before Dishonor in like 89. So we went on for like 3 years with a different drummer.
So then now you have the original back.
Yeah, the original drummer. The original when I said I reformed the band, we actually reformed for a short time with the original lineup.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you read any of the stuff I sent you?
I did. A little bit. Hey,
no, but he's providing the listener with the opportunity to fill in the blank.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I
it's Radio School 101, man.
if I knew everything and if I didn't explain anything, then nobody would know.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing actually the way it went down, but we decided to just bring this back, and that was going to be the end of it. It's just going to be Axemaster till the day I fucking die. So,
how long was Inner Terror around?
Well, we never played together as a band. We never even got together and practiced. We just recorded a CD.
Okay.
It was just a project, just a CD project.
There's a lot of people that do that kind of stuff. When I was still in Jag, we were trying to get this guitar player, but he said he would never play live.
And he was too old.
But no, he said his music is for nobody but himself, and he just wants to record it. He doesn't want to play any shows. I guess I don't fully understand the point of just recording something and never going out and playing it, because I mean,
dude, really quick, this game it's fucking.
What? Hey, he just said that he did. So are you calling?
No, I'm calling the dude that you're talking about.
What?
The whole I don't know. I don't really think if you're gonna record something, what's the point in recording something and not putting it out there?
Because they also, it's always like, well, this is kind of for us. It's kind of a labor of love. But if you're putting it out, people are going to hear it. Why not go?
Play it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we never sat down and said we're never going to play this stuff. Right. That's just kind of the way it ended up happening.
Now you guys aren't playing. I know you guys are playing in Chicago in April. Is it?
As of right now, yes.
Is that the only show you guys have coming up?
Currently booked, yes. The idea was that because he had been pestering Joe for a couple of years to come and play.
Yeah, actually, the show got booked and we didn't even know it.
You didn't know you were on the bill?
No. He texted me one day, said, well, I guess we're playing. And I'm like, we are?
He posted on the site that Axemaster is confirmed. I'm like, really? Okay. All right, then.
And he thought I confirmed it, and I'm like, I never confirmed anything.
Are you guys going to do any shows around here in Akron at all?
Oh, yeah, we will. We just started rehearsing because we had decided to just devote all our time to the CD. See, I'm producing the CD. So it's like 90% of my time, as far as music time, is going into that CD. So, that's the most important thing, because if we didn't have a new CD coming out, figuring the band hadn't put anything new out since 91, this is like the rebirth of the band for our fans over in Europe. So this is the most important thing. It's, and then once we were done with this, we were going to, start rehearsing and doing shows, but we decided to rehearse even before I got done with the production.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because, if you said you haven't put out anything since 91?
Yeah, new. We've had re-releases.
Right, but no new material.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I don't know, most bands when they form, they just go out and play and build a fan base. But if I already had a fan base and I hadn't put anything new out in years,
he actually played.
Well, right, I would probably release a whole album and then start playing.
Yeah, that's the point, is to release the album and then go play and support it.
And yeah, I was thrilled with the idea when he called me that, I wasn't in automatically. We had to do the audition thing and everybody had to approve it. But I was thrilled with the concept that here was a band who was actually concerned with doing an album, not just playing out. I don't have anything against playing out, but it's been so long since I've recorded an album that I was dying to do it.
And you gotta have those things that you're actually out there supporting, not just like, hey, we're playing a show to play a show, guys. You should come out, hang out.
Speaking of that, when is Advance on the Monopoly going to release a record at Hazard?
Yeah.
I have been waiting for quite some time now for a new album.
You know what?
Or a debut album.
Semi-touring.
I'll save this bombshell for later, but we might be canceling said tour.
What?
Yeah.
To record for an album.
Yeah.
About time.
Well, here's the thing.
Sick of your free reverb
If we look
downloads.
at it, like, looking at it from a logistical standpoint and all of the other like corporate bullshit that gets thrown into it, it's like either A, we spend all of this money to go and play places and we don't have enough merch to sell, we're not going to have enough shit to support ourselves. Or we stay local, go into the studio at the beginning of January, and then get everything hashed out by the end of February. We can send it off to a company to get it pressed, all of that like happy horse shit, and mid-March do an EP release where we stack the fucking like room wherever we're at. You know, get like 300 to 400 people out there to see all of the bands that are playing for our EP release.
Well, you know, and the thing is when you go to play a show, if number one, pay for a show, and number two, if a bigger place would even be interested in having your band, if you got something new that you're supporting, instead of, in our case, not supporting something for 20 years, you know, I mean, you're going to get better shows, better pay, you know, so better crowds.
I think, Hazard, I don't know, have you listened to Axemaster before?
No. And I'll be honest, no.
Can I throw in something here?
But that's...
What's that?
Can I throw in something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to. Jeff, are you in charge of the Facebook page?
We both are.
You both are. Because Jeff contacted me. That's how I've heard of Axemaster, and I have listened to it, and it's really good music.
I don't know.
I think I'll
Maybe
be
just
playing
to
some
agree with me
on the
then,
show.
Kenny. How do you think? What do you think about Axemaster and Advanced on Thermopylae? You got like an old school throwback metal. With,
Can we please do this?
With new school,
Seriously,
new school
my dad
shit?
will love you guys forever. Like, seriously.
I think that would be.
Kick-ass
That would be a great
How we
show.
played with Son of the Sky.
Did you? Yeah. I guess you got.
Would I
are you
get
guys
in
familiar
free
with-
again?
Are you familiar
Yeah.
with Son of the Sky? Yeah,
Would I still get in free for the show? All right, I'm in.
I haven't heard it,
This
so.
stuff is a little different, though. He's right in a way that it is very traditional. But the new album, and Joe puts it the best. It's a mix between thrash and doom. It has the energy of thrash and the half-step doomy feel. Too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know,
It's like if you took early Metallica and put it together with Heaven and Hell, Dio, Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
That's the kind of thing that we're doing. The new stuff.
So yeah, but it's really there's really freaky stuff on it.
That's awesome.
It is
really cool.
Jade, are you into this kind of stuff?
Sometimes depends what kind of mood I'm in, I guess.
Sometimes.
This is that's a very
Well, no, really, I mean-
unintelligent answer.
I have.
a typical female talking about like, well, I like it if it's kind of good beat.
So it's in
No.
4/4 timing.
But actually, I feel like you would have to have a really. I mean, you're really close with Mike and Ryan from Red Sun
Interesting
Rising.
noises coming.
You gotta
from that
have a little bit of taste, common sense. And
Yeah, I
a
mean,
little bit.
I'm pretty well-rounded when it comes to like the music stuff. I grew up, not my dad and I grew up together, that'd be weird, but when I was growing up, he would always play like the 80s metal, like hair band stuff, and it was never like the AC/DC stuff. It was like Queensryche, Test.
That is one band I cannot.
do you
I
know
don't
Dave
why.
Rude from Tesla?
Yeah.
He's actually, we do Skype lessons together, and I'm going in a few months to California to do my own lesson with him in person.
Can you get him on the show, please?
I mean, I don't
just
know
wanna
about
meet
that,
him and just
but
shake his hand and go,
he's
"You are
very
That is
nice.
one band I'm not a big
Tesla?
fan of
Tesla?
Queensryche and Tesla. I don't know.
Why?
That would be because you're wrong.
I don't know why.
Point isn't valid.
Someone needs to tell
No,
him
I
that.
don't know why.
He's wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt that's probably from Forever 21.
This is from Coles.
Someone
So-
finally calls him on his shit.
Actually, let me say this. First of all, I would never buy something from Forever 21. I'll say that. I'm not a queer. But Coles, I mean, what's wrong with Coles? What's wrong with Jeff, Joe, you guys never go to Coles?
Yeah.
I've been in it. I've never
And I
been.
don't buy stuff.
You've been in it.
Yeah, I've been in it.
Go through it to get to the mall.
I say, I go, okay, I need a pair of pants for work.
Well,
To the Dickie story.
Yeah, you have to put out a mortgage on your house to buy a pair of pants.
I don't
That's
know.
on clearance.
Dude, Mike Cody's shirt is from Cole.
I get my
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with Coles.
I'll give you this. I have bought some T-shirts there.
They have some cool T-shirts.
My the Muppets band. What was it?
Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah.
I bought my Electric
What
Mayhem
shirt?
shirt.
Let me see your shirt, Jeff. What kind of
My
shirt?
Dean Guitars shirt.
All right. See, if it didn't say Dean on it, that is a total Coles shirt. It is.
Yeah, that's a tap out shirt.
That is
Tap
definitely
out.
something to think. Leslie, sweetheart, do you ever go into Coles? Do you? Look at that shirt. They're dogging on me for going to Coles. If it didn't say Dean Guitars, doesn't that look like a shirt you'd get at Coles? Exactly.
I do. I get my cheerleading shorts from Kohl's. They're really they're $5.
Okay, exactly.
Indeed.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just not a big Queensrÿche fan at all. And
How do we go from Coles back to
because this whole
I think it's a good jump. We need to get back to this.
because she's always wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt from Forever 21.
Well, no, seriously. If you ever took my iPod and just searched through like the artists, it would be like you'd be bipolar just by looking at it. Like it's just ridiculous.
Do you have any like Katy Perry on there?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
Anyway,
So,
That's a yes.
Let's just drop Axemaster on here and destroy everything else.
I have Dio.
with the absence of Axemaster, when you guys reformed, do you feel like you still have the following that you had when you originally disbanded?
Actually, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to start it up was because I was just shocked when I met our old bass player singer Christopher Michael just by happenstance on the internet in like 06 or something like that. And, we had talked about re-recording some of the old stuff that we had never recorded. So I was in another band, and I wrote on, back in the day, that was MySpace. I wrote on there and sent to some of my mailing lists that we were going to start doing some stuff under the name Axemaster again. And I was just totally shocked at how many people... I was flooded with emails by people who were just psyched that we were thinking about doing that project again. It's like there's more people now than there was in the 80s. It's bizarre. I can't. It's really gratifying to be able to think, well, these people remember what we did from way back then, but then you got to figure we've had 3 re-releases since 1999 of that old stuff, so the old stuff really became somewhat current too.
Right. Jeff, were you a fan of Axemaster?
I am now, and to be perfectly honest, I had heard of the band, but I had never really listened to it before I joined. But once I did, they really had something very cool. It's no wonder to me that they got in on some of the early stuff, like with Azra Records, and because I have some other friends in other bands that were on Azra as well. But
Azra had when we were there, when we were on that label. They had Death Angel, they had Jag Panzer, they had the band not Death Angel, I mean Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, yeah.
Yeah, they had Dark Angel, they had Death, they had Jag Panzer, they had Liege Lord. Those were all bands that were on the list, and a lot of those bands are still around. And still putting stuff out.
Just died, actually, recently.
Really?
No?
Well, one of them might have. Gene Hoglan is still around.
Yeah.
But he was on the later releases. The band stuff. I keep it on a regular rotation on my.
I see every day you're posting on Facebook your the first 10 iTunes songs.
Yeah,
today.
it pops up in there quite a bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Today
That's what I thought you might have been in charge
it
of
was like
Facebook.
Machine Head and stuff like that.
I'm gonna take a quick break, but real quick, how was your? That was almost 9 months long. It took you to go through your entire album collection. 11 months, was it?
11 months.
11 months to go. And you went, what, alphabetical order, was it?
Alphabetical order from A to Z, and then the compilation stuff after that.
How was, I don't know, that had to be a cool experience. Going from, I don't know what all you have, but you probably have a wide variety.
Oh, a very wide variety.
Yeah,
going from like ABBA to AC/DC.
Well, no, there's no ABBA in there. But yeah, you're gonna find. It is eclectic. If there's anything that can be said about my personal collection, it's odd and eclectic because I've got everything from. Well, first one in A is AFI.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then there's punk in there. The first time Paul met me, he's like scanning through my stuff and he's like, "Agnostic Front, oh my god!" But there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's Celtic stuff. There's classical. There's, I mean, hell, you'll even find.
You got oldies in there.
Yeah, I've got oldies in there. I've even got some old rap like Ghetto Boys and let's see, the Gravediggers and stuff like that. But that's not the overwhelming portion of it is heavy metal and metal. But
That's really better as a musician. It makes you a more well-rounded musician. I actually wish I was more like that, but if it ain't metal, I probably am not really